So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our candidate, who I expect to win. I know that he's working hard. And so Pat, come on over here.
I don't know why I'm the one running. I am not the person with the gift of gab in this room. You know, I was doing just fine until Jeff said, you know, everyone over in Edina is talking about Pat Mazorol. As a lawyer, that doesn't give me great. Well, this is truly, truly a humbling experience. The whole campaign has been people that have come out and spent hours walking with me in this great weather we've been having. But tonight is perhaps the most humbling. I mean, to see this many people turn out, I really want to thank you very much. And Pat and John for opening up your house. This is just terrific, and all the work that was done, and the people that John mentioned who invited their friends, and John invited his whole neighborhood.
But not everybody came.
They did drop off a check, didn't they?
No, some of them don't want to get involved in politics, I found out. That's their mistake.
Well, what I found out is one of my first meetings with John, he says, Pat, you know, the most important thing in the campaign is lawn signs. You've got to get a lawn sign up on every house, every corner. Well, I haven't heard that before, John, but we'll put one in your house. He says, I don't do lawn signs.
we did them for him.
Well, let me tell you that I have been doing a lot of block walking. I have lost over 15 pounds, approaching 20. I recommend that to anyone who's on Jenny Craig. You know, run for office. I'm hearing a lot of concerns out there. The feedback I'm getting is extremely positive. I do believe this is the year to get back, as many say, Alice Seagren's seat. And after 6 years, that says so much about Alice, because I do hear that. But the concerns I hear are about the economy. You know, with all the block walking, I think I've only had 3 situations where someone asked me a question that didn't relate to jobs, taxes, or the economy, and the budget, of course. But all of that is what people are thinking about, and they are very engaged. They're paying attention. I thought I was getting out too early, and who would care with an election in November? People were caring in May and June, and they were paying attention. They're concerned about the huge projected budget deficit. They're concerned about the level of government spending and the growth of that spending. They're concerned about the loss of jobs. And they know that the solution is not political. One of the best responses I get is when I tell people I'm not a politician, I'm a business person. And that does resonate. I've had a number of people say, okay, you've got my vote. That's all it has taken. Because they realize we need something done a little differently here with what we're facing right now. So that's what I intend to do, is bring the business experience that I have into St. Paul. We do have a citizen legislature, at least in theory, and I think it was a sound theory at the time that it was established, because the whole idea is to bring people that have raised their children, that have lived in the community, have been volunteers in all the nonprofits, have coached their kids soccer. I never did that. I don't understand soccer. I do understand softball, but have coached and have been in business, have done things where they're affected by the things that the legislature does, and then use that experience to go to St. Paul and maybe don't pass laws. But the laws that they do pass are ones that make life easier for those that are producing for us, for the businesses and for the employers. I also have heard what I would interpret as some fear from some people. Last week, while block walking, there was a woman who truly, I could tell she was holding back tears as she was talking to me, because she was very concerned about what she saw as a lack of accountability and a lack of responsiveness from our elected officials. That's something that has just occurred over the last 2 years. And that's something that we can change. It's not the way of the future. I think what people are looking for is a response to that is a government that's of the people, by the people, and for the people, and a government that brings some common sense solutions. And that's what I intend to do, bring my experience, my work with the family, and bring it to St. Paul and serve for however long the voters will have me there. I really appreciate Eric as one of the first endorsers for me, and his name is golden in the district, as is Alice Seagren's. Both of them are on my first piece of literature, and people see that, and I've got 3/4 of the way there already. So thank you all very much for being here. I don't think John meant that you should have the wine before I was talking. So.
Okay, who's got questions for Pat?
Pat, you need to introduce Barbara. There you go.
Come on in.
Thank you, Congressman.
Saved your life again.
Yes, I will introduce Emily too. Barbara is my wife of 31 years. One of the most frequent question I got early on was, well, is your wife supporting you on this? Oh, no, she's not. We talked about it. I think she had to think over a few things before she said she was supportive, but she is obviously fully supportive of this, and that's absolutely necessary. This is more work than I thought it would be. It really is. And Emily? Emily Bush is my youngest daughter, and I am related to the Bushes. Emily and her husband Christian live in Shakopee, and Emily has been an extremely hard worker on this campaign. Most of the stuff you see, the Vote for Pat, the brochures, the window signs and all of that, Emily's had a hand in designing that and working with other professionals to get that done. So I need to thank them both. My other daughter, Rachel, is not here with us. She lives in Dallas and just couldn't make it up this evening. But she's going to be here for the victory party.
Yeah.